Hi guys, welcome back to Decorating Happily Ever After. I'm Jeffrey Kevin. Today I've set a red Valentine's Tablescape. I'm using lots of red glassware, Royal Doulton china, and some romantical touches. So let's take a look around the table. For today's tablescape, I'm using my red and white polka dot tablecloth that I got on eBay. I'm going to use my gold chargers. I'm going to use red plates. I picked those up at Dollar Tree. And I have red napkins. And I have these pretty dessert plates. They're Royal Doulton, and each one has little roses with a different scene. In the center, this has got the courting couple with a little cherub. And for my stemware, I'm going to use my cut glass ruby red. I also have my ruby with a gold rim. And I have these that are ruby with an etched design. I'm going to use my gold flatware with my crystal knife rest. I have these cute little place card holders, and I've just put some vintage Valentines on them. And I have these red cupcake stands that I picked up at Hobby Lobby. These I found at Christmas time, but they'll do for any time of year when red is called for. Ah, you can't beat red for Valentine's. And it's always been one of my favorite colors anyway. Here in the center of the table, I've tiered a couple of my Mosier red cake stands. I had the larger one on the bottom and the cupcake stand on top with a little romantical Valentine. And I have some little brownie bites that I've iced with red icing. And to show my appreciation for all my followers, later I'll be sacrificing by eating those brownie bites. Oh, and here on either side, I have my red lusters. These are ruby red, and they have lots of gold accents with prisms. I collect lusters, they're mantle decorations, and I have quite a few pairs, I think about 17 pairs now. This is my third pair of ruby, and they were a Christmas present from myself to myself. But I think they're really pretty set on the table, even though that's really not what they're for. And on either side of those, I have some red globes that I've put red candles in. And at this end of the table, I have a thistle pattern red cake stand, and I've put some more brownies on it, along with a little Valentine. We've got a cherub sitting atop a mushroom. And most of the Valentines that I have on this table, they're reproductions. I do have a collection of vintage Valentines, but I have those in scrapbooks. So these are some that I like to pull out and use on the table. Now on the table itself, I also have these little circular wreaths. If you can make them out, they've got little hearts and little Valentine messages on them. And I've put them underneath the lusters, and I've put them underneath the cake stands. Now I've got 3 of them going down the center of the table, and I'm using them more or less kind of like a little doily. There we go. And actually they're under the globes, not the lusters. But I've just set those around each one. And they came from Dollar Tree. And here in the front is one of my favorite little Valentine things. It's my heart teapot. I think it's so sweet. Mother found it a few years ago at a thrift store. I'm not sure who made it. The tag on the bottom has kind of been partially removed, but I think it's so cute. And along with the whimsical polka dot tablecloth, I think that's a nice touch with a heart. I've also put little brownies on my cupcake stands. And at this end of the table, I've got a little heart-shaped dish that has hearts on it, and I've put some chocolates on there. You got to have chocolates for Valentine's. And guys, I've got to where I tend to like the cheap ones. I've bought the Godiva and Russell Stover's and other better brands, but I always like those better, so I come back to those. Do you guys remember those frou-frou boxes that they used to have with layers of ruffles and little plastic roses in the center? I used to admire those as a kid, and Mother would always tell me that you were just paying for the ruffles and the bows. And I think she was right. But I do wonder what happened to those. I kind of miss them. Here's another little Valentine with a cherub. And each plate has got a different scene. The chargers and the plates both have a little beaded design I thought sort of picked up with the polka dots. I've got my red round roly-poly pitcher out. I have a few Valentines. These are more from the 1950s, maybe 60s. I think they're so cute. I have a few of those too that I mixed in on the table. Here's a little Valentine cupcake. It says love on the top. And I've got a red dish that I put some little red hearts in, some little candy hearts. And at this corner of the table, I have another ruby red cake stand. And on top, I've perched this cute cookie jar. It's a Valentine's cupcake. I believe I found that cookie jar at Goodwill. Guys, I think the story of Saint Valentine is kind of sweet. He married couples back in Roman times when Christianity was in its infancy, and the emperor declared that it was illegal for Christians to marry in an attempt to slow down the growth of Christianity. And so St. Valentine, he continued to marry people, and thus he was arrested and thrown in jail. And while in prison, he sent letters to his loved ones and then was martyred. And that's how we get the tradition of sending Valentines. And he was later made a saint. And lastly, here on the chandelier, I've hung some little hearts that I got a few years back at Dollar Tree. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave me a comment below. Give this video a thumbs up. Be sure and subscribe to my channel, Decorating Happily Ever After, and turn on the notifications bell so you never miss a video. I'm Jeffrey Kevin, wishing everyone a happy Valentine's Day. Bye-bye now.